That's why I think if you've got a platform, you have a responsibility not to allow a certain level of
The only thing you might have a case on is, I know that COE was about the psychology, and he did say that the only issue he has is violence or the direct inciting of violence. If you feel that someone's done that, then you have a claim to him for something he said. I guarantee if you say it that way, he'll have to, because I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, because that's something he has said. And I agree with that, because that's his statement, right? So I can't argue that case. Yeah. But I think you personally, and it's fun to me, I do think that you are quite emotionally connected to a lot of words and stuff, and I would say that there is an advantage of not doing that. There's an advantage of knowing that people hate you. So you're going to walk into a group, and because you're Muslim, they're going to like you, because you're white, they're going to like you, because you're wearing polo, they're going to like you, right? You have to know before coming. If you don't get to know that reality, you're going to really put yourself in a certain kind of pain, and you're going to kind of prejudge certain people. For example,
should I not be emotionally connected? Should I, if I care about you care about your community?
Yes, of course.
Should I not be emotionally connected if somebody is saying I want to drone strike all your countries? Next time you come to the park, I'm going to shoot you in the net. And whilst this is all crazy talk, and I admit that it's all crazy talk. But I just think if I've seen comments go by that are just allowed, and I've seen things go on camera, they're just, and it's kind of like free speech, just let it go, and I think that's irresponsible, and that may be me being oversensitive, and I'm willing to
I do think it's oversensitive, and I understand where you're coming from.
I think it's naive just to go, let's counter it on camera, let it all go out there. I think that's naive, and I think history has shown that is naive. So.
But I'm saying, like, if someone's making threats to incite violence, that's actually against the law.
Yeah.
And that you don't need to talk about. You could actually sort that out by, I can't give advice on that, but so that's different from I'm seeing things like someone is racist, or someone goes, I hate Muslims, I don't care for them. I'm not talking about that guy. I want to assassinate, and here's how I'm going to do it. That's breaking the law.
But saying I had a channel, so I have a channel, I get an anti-black person on there, and I get him on there, let's say I do 5 shows, I get him on there as my headline for 4 of them. I put lots of videos out on him. Are you happy to be subscribed to my channel? Are you going to be, it's cool, it's free speech, Jordan's, but...
Comes down to the context of your channel. If you go, here's because of my
channel. If I say it's a free speech channel, it's unbiased free speech channel. Would you not say, Jordan, why have you got him on 4 of your 5?
I would support you. Why? Because if I wanted to come on and counter it, and you don't give me the time or the platform, then I would not subscribe. I would see your practice conception. But it's like this. The racist has always been smarter than the non-racist. They've always been. And a smart man knows, you know what? If this guy says I can go as much as I want, I'm going to exploit that. While the non-racist is going to spend their time being emotional, right? What is black people's problem? We spend our time being emotional. While the racist is not emotional, they're logical. Now, you're no longer in this race category, but you are in the Islamic category. And what you're doing is, the Islamic person is being emotional, and the non-Islamic person is being logical.
You're sort of dismissing it emotional, like it's just like a feeling. I think it's
a practice.
It's obviously you suddenly feel, if you're in you're a black man, and you're recognising you're in a society where black people have got some sort of oppression against them. So you will feel not just emotional, but you will feel like you want to speak out more. You'll feel more open. You'll feel more sensitive to it. And that's where I put myself. And we're not that dissimilar.
My feelings and how I react to them is 2 different things. I don't like mistreatment. I don't like black people being suffering. I am suffering, right? But how I react to it has to be a strategic way, because the enemies of Islam, let's say Ralph is that, he is being strategic. He's not being emotional, and that's why you're at a tremendous disadvantage. Because you're trying to now cater to people so much like, don't you think it's bad, you just take it off. But you want to come up with a strategy plan, like, alright guys, every time he says this, we're going to say that. But we're going to highlight that.
My strategy plan is, and I would say, Speaker's Corner's got a real issue at the moment, is platforms need to be more responsible. If Ralph wants to come on every single day, Leon needs to say, look mate, and I also think that down here I've noticed a lot of, if fights happen and stuff, the first thing channels are doing now is recording. I do think I feel like, and a lot of channels that you're seeing are just saying that it's free speech, and they're just saying, look, people can do what they want on the channel. But I think if you set up a platform and you've got thousands of people watching you do have a responsibility to what's on your channel. And there may be hate speech, threats. You can't just say, well, the law can deal with it. It's not my thing. I do think there's responsibility, and I don't see enough responsibility from many of the platforms. Syria is something. The reason why Syria, and again, it's probably I was a big supporter of Syria originally. and I used to speak to Leon about this. It's something that disappointed me.
I think the CEO has been very consistent in that regard, and that's why I can never go to him and be angry at why have you got this guy calling me a black supremacist thing? Why have you got this guy calling? Because I understand that he's allowed everyone to come along, and I appreciate that about it. I don't agree with the topics that are covered on there, but if you wanted to counter something, he would give you the platform. And that's, you think I would be given a platform on some of these Dawah channels? No, because they're here for Dawah. They have a particular agenda. That's their thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it depends what I'm talking about, really. But generally, no, I can't go and talk about Black Pepper building on a Dawah channel. You know, that's not for us.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to go and talk about, killing Muslims. They'll take that off.
Well,
and they're not going to say, well, yeah, let's listen to Raven. Let's hear what he says and because that sort of, to me, that speaks just get rid of it.
If you want,
I'm not talking about people that disagree with Islam. I made that clear. I'm not talking about people that disagree with certain parts of the Quran, the Sharia law. I'm talking about dehumanization of people. And at the moment, you see it in politics. Politicians are saying they're all rats, they're infestations, and you're hearing this kind of rhetoric, similar, like say, what the Jews went through. You're dehumanizing a people, and platforms for you, or Speaker's Corner, have a responsibility to go against that. You politician, anything that goes out there. That's my.
I would say it's a good light. It's a good light. I would like people to come here and not swear. I think they're gonna. But I'm not gonna go. I can't believe they're swearing. I just can't believe they're swearing. It's like I expect that.
That's not me.
Yeah. So I adapt to it, and and I think whatever you want to do in your freedom, you should do. Right?
I don't come here every week going. I say hello to Leon, and it's something we're obviously addressing. All I've done is I've freed myself from the channel. And I guess there's a couple more channels doing similar things. Look, I'm learning as I go. And for me, I've come into the Muslim community and I feel very sensitive towards it because I'm noticing, I'm probably because I'm so new to it, I'm new to this hate that's coming towards me as well. It's like, wow, where's all this coming from? And I do think society just turns a blind eye to it a lot of the time, which they don't towards other people.
It's funny you should say that because to go back to where we were before, a lot of the black guys who were talking about the altercation at the park, from what I noticed, a lot of the black guys or the gang guys were the first to defend Muslims when the altercation came. I saw it consistently. When the prayers was sacrificed and so you couldn't do it and get rid of it, I saw black people going, no, if you want to do that, right? I saw it very consistent. So I don't know. I think it's an interesting way of what is noticed and what isn't noticed.
But what point are you making now? I agree with it. What point are you making?
Well, I just think that sometimes when these distinctions are made between like two groups, it's quick to forget that there was like a bond or a unity that was one shit.
Is it fair to say that there are Muslims inside gang, isn't it? So
of course.
You can't really separate the groups anyway.
I can't do that. That's why I say you can't. But then there is a clear distinction that is made. Because I guess it's like there's traditional looking Muslims and they don't necessarily count the non-total. You identify as a Muslim, but you don't necessarily dress like them. But when it comes to speak up, you do speak up as a Muslim. There are many Muslims like, well, I'm Muslim because I'm a Muslim. I don't really know.
How does a Muslim dress? Just out of you.
Well, in the sense of like, when you come here, there's like a perceived of a Saudi thing. Now, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying that when you're looking at how people group together, when they're automatically looking, they're not going to automatically go, this guy's Muslim, they should profess it, right? Because they might think you're actually from India or something. So this is what it is. But the moral of the story is emotion. I'm saying it's a good thing, but I think control emotion is even better. And to not react straight.
But what if I claim that I believe I do have controlled emotion? I don't believe I'm acting irrationally. I do sometimes think, hang on a minute, why is no one else agreeing with me for this?
Right.
But like I said, I do believe, and I know you're going to say differently. I do believe if the same rhetoric was done towards black people down here, I think you would be saying what I'm saying.
No. So
you said that to me last time. You said that if people talk out against black people in a racial way, black people should banish them from their industry, from their.
But that's economics. That's a very different thing.
Okay, but it's still a you're making an action against the speech. You want that racist to not obviously to.
No. It's not that I don't. It's not that I don't want that racist to say horrible things. He has clearly shown that he will not support black economics. It comes from like there's a boss and he goes, look at all these black monkeys. We're like, all right, we're not going to pay charge business, we're not going to do money because you don't like us, and we better give to people who do ourselves, right? That's the difference between Speaker's Corner and free speech. know what I mean? I see it's very different. There's something else I wanted to say, but just literally jumped out of my head.
It's always a good chat with you. Like I said, it's probably when we started chatting a while ago, I was kind of very new to it, and I'm looking into it. And I've evolved in
Yeah, and we all do. When Leo was speaking there, there was a European guy, I'm saying it was slightly intoxicated. He was saying, Africa's a shit, or was Africa's down, you're all a bunch of this, right? Whatever, right? So that.
Like I said, that's fine with me, and that's why I don't want people to misunderstand me. But if someone was over there saying black people are all dirt on the floor, we should just get rid of them. To me, that speech should be. I don't want that speech.
Yeah, I don't want that speech.
So I'm not a free speech advocate.
No,
I'm not a free speech advocate. I think we should be responsible rather than just go, oh, let's counter it. Why are you saying that black people are dirt? I mean, that guy's clearly just hating you. And there are some people that you can't. Some people, do you agree? Some people you can't really rationalise.
Do you want to
they're hateful and their opinions should be kept down to
I'm about to give you a science. Are you ready for it? Science. Deep science, right? Could it be that the reason why you're acting the way you're acting is because historically you're not used to having hate pointed towards you, right? And that's why when you talk to your Muslim brothers,
this is new for me. I'm getting. I would say, and I said this to you last time, I admitted that being a white person in this country, I've lived a certain way, people's certain reaction to me. Now, sometimes I'm viewed as a bit different. It's like, hang on a minute. Like all of a sudden,
you see it coming, right? You see it coming, right?
And then I see other people, brothers, and I see sisters treated in a horrible way. And I don't want. I want it to stop. I don't want sisters spat out in the street. I don't want politicians saying it's get rid of them and things like that. For me, that's free speech gone wrong, and I don't. That's where criticise what you want. But I do think and to be honest, manners and respect is a British value. It's not just Islamic. I think.
Well, I agree with that. I think people should have manners and respect. Yeah. But like I said, I think we conked on the head there, as you admitted. It's the fact that you haven't actually experienced pain. And now what you're doing, you're experiencing the tip of the iceberg that many people go through, and you're just reacting.
I'll admit, you would be a lot more hardened to hate probably I would.
I'm much more like that. And just so you know, through living through it,
maybe it makes me even more aware of it, no? Or I don't know, because maybe you get desensitized. And why should you be desensitized? Why should you be?
It's not that you're desensitized. It's more so that having a life strategy of dealing with it. And through experience, a way that is not beneficial.
And do you agree that bad way is to go, oh, it's happening, and just kind of ignore it, and kind of because that's the danger as well. That's also with this speech allowing out there. I just feel it's a responsibility thing.
You would have to you wouldn't have to go to someone and come with like a manuscript of here's what you should allow, here's what you shouldn't allow, and then you have to have a whole science behind it. And in this situation, it becomes very hard. It is hard to govern.
I think some things are socially unacceptable. If you were walking down the road with a family member and I come up and abuse her in front of you, that should be socially unacceptable.
That's unprovoked, isn't it? Yeah, and so the difference is, and that's why it's very important.
Oh, we're not talking about unprovoked hate at the moment.
Here's what it is. Speaker's Corner is actually, that's what it's for. So if you're walking down the street with your wife and someone comes and starts completely ripping her apart, right? You will have a right, in my book, to beat the guy up, right? And you wouldn't do that. But here, it's a different thing. It's like,
okay, but
we are coming
put a limit on it there. But you have put a limit.
Yeah, I'm saying
so,
here.
So there is limits that it's doable.
Yeah, but here, we come here for that reason. We come here to have free speech, and we understand part of that is the fact that someone's going to go, I think you're an idiot, or I think your religion is cack.
And would you say that in this part, anything goes? You can say whatever you want. There's no limit.
I don't.
I mean, you said you obviously put violent threats before.
I think inciting violence is a problem. So I agree with you.
And I would argue that dehumanization of a people could be a way of inciting violence because people look at them as less.
Yeah, but then you would have to have like a movement behind you. Like you have to be like a very gated, like a very well guided movement where you have resources behind you. Like I don't know. I still see it as this is what Speaker's Corner is. Like, to be honest, there's people worthy of ignoring.
100%.
Yeah, and I tend to do that. Like, I don't shut the channels, I don't walk past them, I don't care. Do you know what I mean? So I think that is a strategy I would try to uphold. Like, don't take this.
Which is essentially what I'm doing. I'm just unsubscribing from channels without allowing it, and I come down here and just chat. In a comfortable way. So I don't call other Muslims to do what I'm doing. To be be honest, you even see people on Muslim streams doing it now. It's gone a bit mad.
What do you mean?
You get Muslim live streams sometimes where you get, their language, people come and have a voice as well. So.
Yeah, and this is going to sound harsh. I get where you're coming from, but I don't think. I don't think. I don't think you're technically equipped at the moment for this emotional journey that you're going to go through via sports, because I feel that you're going to look at yourself, hopefully, in a few years' time, and you're going to go, yeah, maybe I was too fast now.
I hope that doesn't happen, but if it does, I'll be the first to hold my hand up.
I reckon you come to me, you go, you know what?
I would hate to think that I would be happy with that kind of rhetoric just out there without me saying, hang on a minute.
What I'm saying is, we can make a stance by doing different things, right? It's like, you don't necessarily have to try to like stop or prevent. You don't have to do like because you even were insinuating that maybe it might have tarnished your relationship with Leo, right? See, and that's why I think that's dangerous. I think that's dangerous in the sense of.
No, I said I still speak to him. I've got no.
Yeah,
issue
but
with
you did say that it could have. When you first made the statements, it was like.
But I'll be honest with you, Leon was one of my favourite people in the part. He's just one of those nice guys. And I'd spoken before because this has been a long process. I spoke to him. I said, while it was happening, I said, look, you've had to go on 4 out of your 5 live streams, man. And he went, yeah, you're right. Then when I spoke to him a few weeks later, he was like, nah. And I was like, hang on a minute. It's
like I said,
it'd be good to speak to him directly about it, probably. But
are you not allowed to speak to him?
Sorry?
Have you stopped speaking to him? I don't know.
No, I think we've just come to an understanding. I've said to him, don't put me on your channel, and I think he respects that. He's respected that. And then
so I think that I would say that the issue is definitely in your court. I suspect, seeing how you progress as you can go by, I think you're going to look back and you might slightly change your opinion or something. I think you're being extreme. I think your extreme is good. I think it's because you want to protect people, which is good. But I think it's quite a very extreme stance in speaker's corner.
And I'll make the point that I believe if you think it's fine for some of this stuff to go out, I think you're being naive. And I think a black person should understand.
Oh, I understand.
Through history,
I understand.
Where this stuff leads. And I know, and I'm probably overdoing it about this to some extent. But I definitely think that people that have gone through oppression and gone through this kind of dehumanization aspect, a Jew and a black person should recognise this. And that's why it was lovely to see today a Jewish man standing up with the thing about the concentration camps. Other people actually looking out for each other, because hopefully I'll do the same for black people as well.
One day, who knows?
Yeah. So
I haven't seen that yet, but when that happens, it'll be good to see. But people are connected to their own self-interest, and
it's history, though.
Yeah. But I still think that. But you're entitled to your thing, and I wouldn't care.
But look, I'm an honest guy. If it does change at some point,
come up to me and go, and tell me what happened to make you think different.
At the moment, I don't regret anything I've done up to this point. I feel like they're the right actions to make. I feel like somebody has to say it, and it's something that I've.
But you've said don't put me in your channel, right?
Have you ever been on the comment section of some of these live streams?
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, I've been. Get him safe, bro. Yeah, good man. Yeah, it's I've been torn apart on the comments, so I mean, black monkey, black this, go back to that.
Does that affect you when somebody says that to you?
See, to me, I mean, I have a platform. If you came on my platform and someone says that to you, delete that comment, chuck them out. I don't care about free speech in that instance. Raven is not going to be treated to you like that. He's come here for people are going to respect him. And that may be seen as extreme, but to me that is just, I don't know what would happen to society. That is normal. That is normal.
I think I think with platforms there has to be a balance. I think there has to be a platform, like someone like me on my platform.
Well, they're unmodded at the moment.
Yeah.
So COE's comment section is unmodded. So someone can come on there and say anything they want about anyone.
But the
and it has surely that's crazy.
No, because you have to know that. So what you did that was correct is you don't want to be a part of that reality, right? So you've taken yourself out, and that's how it works. It's like the guy declares the rules, and you go, I'm either going to engage.
I'm still concerned that there's a massive amount of people looking at that.
Yeah.
Hateful people looking at that. Oh yeah, look what you can say about the Muslims. So let's jump on board. And momentum Momentum can build up.
Remember this,
And people, like yourself, are saying, "Oh, let it go. It's just a comment. It's only a comment. Don't worry about it."
Well, it's very important you understand this because I talk to black people and they say the same thing, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the racist is smarter than the non-racist. The Islamophobe is smarter than the non-Islamophobe. And the reason I say it is because they are strategic. Yeah, meaning that I'm going to utilize this platform. So how you counter it is you do the similar or you do something else. Yeah, but if you go around feeling offended by
so not the platform takes any responsibility. The platform just allows them on.
Well, the platform has declared it. So it's like this. That's on YouTube, yeah. That's on YouTube, right? Are you going to go and boycott YouTube? No, because you see YouTube is a different.
I wouldn't go on a far right platform, and I can't really say anything. If someone says they're far right and they're against Islam, fine. But I've seen Leon pull people up on black comments in his comment section. You can't say that.
What's he said?
What do you mean by that? He's pulled people up on on some black rhetoric, never on the Islamic.
So here's what it is.
And I'm a Muslim, so obviously you feel like there's a inconsistency there.
Is COE a man? Leon. Is Leon a man?
Leon's a man, yeah. I was thinking you obviously got DJ Rizza and you've got
it's Leon, yeah, and that's what it is. And to be honest with you, I suspect if someone is going, you can't say that.
Interestingly, DJ Rizza agrees with me on this point.
I'm sure he would. I suspect that was not Leon, because I know that his brother and people actually do them admin as well at certain points. I've never seen Leon ever really like go on and like, oh, you can't say that. I've never really seen that in a comment.
Maybe ask him, because I saw it 100%.
Yeah, let's start, because I suspect it might have been someone else.
If he did, then what?
Well, then you have to define that.
Is that an inconsistency?
Yeah, and then I will ask him to go, what's going on?
Okay.
Yeah, but Leon is a black man. Leon's not a Muslim. So as a black man, if he says don't talk about black people, I kind of get that.
So do I.
Yeah, but then it goes against his kind of thing. You know what I mean? There's a Muslim, there's a brother who wanted to speak to him. Maybe you should be here for it. Where's he going?
Yeah.
It's Ali. Ali, where's Ali? Ali.
Ali who? Dawah?
No, not Ali Dawah. No. Oh, there he is. No, that's not him. Maybe he's gone.
You still recording?
Oh, sorry, yeah. It would be good to...
Should we end that bit then?
Yeah, cool, Well, like I said, bro, I would say I always talk about things, innit? Yeah, don't let it get to you.
No, and I always speak to you about it, and I'll even speak to Leon about it. Like I said, this is how I feel.
Yeah.
You may see it as oversensitive, emotional.
Yeah, but
I see it as normal. I honestly see it as
remember, I'm talking about strategy.
I even see it as a British value thing.
Yeah.
Not just. I think the world's gone mad. I can say what I want. It's cool, free speech.
Yeah. But strategy.
There's people out there.
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
there's consequences to what you say.
Don't get mad, get smart. Innit? Yeah, it's like this. Don't spend your time just getting angry. Find a way to counter it. Yeah, clever way to counter it. And I can give. That's what I do. That's why I'm
speaking out is one way, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'm using my voice.
But then
to
remember,
speak out about
if you remember,
and I think a lot of the platforms have gone mad here.
But here's what it is. What you've done is you've allowed all the mad people to go on these platforms, and you've taken yourself as a voice of reason out of it. So now all they're going to hear is the mad stuff, and they're going to hear your so-called non-mad stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Interesting.
That's how I see it, innit? It's so, that's why I don't take myself out anywhere.
Say Leo's back on next week.
Leo Mohammed? Yeah, he's coming back. You should come for that. And advice use, I wouldn't necessarily heckle when people are speaking, because it sets you up as a target. And when they see your white skin, you're going to think, oh, I know what he's about. And it might not be. Well, I suspect it will be. But I would say definitely try to listen to people's speakers, and then when they ask,
I would have loved to have seen a black person disagreeing when he said the white man is Hyde. I would love to have seen a black person disagree, but I didn't.
To be honest with you, I was standing next to him.
And we've had a chat, and you've not really denied that you see the white man as a devil either. So that's an eye opener to me as well.
Did you think that?
No. So it's like
so you said neither yay or nay.
No.
I'm not saying that's an insult to you, and I understand there's history and there's things like that, and you may have things that you believe.
No, I don't entertain this question. Do you understand? Like, it's like for me. It's like it's a false narrative.
Ask me if I think that the black man's the devil.
Yeah, but
what do you think I'll say?
But part of the way I am as a person, it's irrelevant to me. Like, I don't engage in that kind of conversation. Like when you talk about devils and this kind of stuff,
I'm quoting someone else. I would have no reason to ask you other than what happened.
So if you ask me, do I think the white man is the devil or non-devil? That doesn't.
Am I born with something a little bit evil inside me?
I don't know. How would I know this? it's like this. If you ask me does God exist, you know what I say? I don't know. How do I know this? Yeah? I don't know if you have some demon inside. I don't know that, right? But I don't entertain this kind of. I don't go down that kind of question.
I'm 100% sure you black people are not born more evil than white people. I'm 100% sure.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, so if you're talking about a biological thing, I definitely don't know. But if you're talking about a social thing, it's like, are people socially conditioned to be a certain way? Yes. Right? And so it's like, are we socially conditioned to look past our sins, to look past where we collectively hurt other people? Yes. That's why you don't get people from European descent necessarily talking about the pains they've inflicted collectively on other people, because we're socially, like, the story of the war is written by the victors. So whoever wins the war, they're going to write, we righteously killed them, they were doing wickedness and we shot them. You know what I mean? But if you hear the people who were shot, they go, we were minding our own business and bombs start flying and know how much kids are dead. But they don't get a chance to speak.
Is your job, would you say, do you want to teach or make white people more aware of this?
No.
Okay, fine. So what's your...
To talk to black people.
So you don't care about the white people who watch it?
And that's what I'm trying to train black people to not care about what white people think. It's so important. Yeah.
I certainly sense that. Okay.
Yeah.
Not from you, from.
Yeah. So
I get that. I do get that.
So like this. If me and you're talking about Street Fighter 2, we'll talk about football.
I would destroy you.
You probably would. Because I'm going on time, right? But
White supremacy.
But if it's to talk about how to fix the black community and stuff, what am I talking to you for? What value is that? And then what happens? You're going to go, I feel offended because some black people are offended by how Europeans treated them a couple of years ago. And then I have to cater for you.
Interestingly, I'm a Muslim, and I would say one of the reasons I feel I would say I'm valuable in, but my voice is almost to speak to non-Muslims about Islam as well, and to try and make them not hate Islam or the misconceptions. It's interesting that you don't have any of that. You're kind of more, it'd be like me saying, I'm only going to speak to the Muslims. The non-Muslims, doesn't matter what they think about us. Let's just look after our ummah. And that would be seen really badly on Muslims.
Right? That's because Muslims they're asked to actually give dawah or something, right? So it's a different thing with him. Yeah. The way I see it is, if I came out and I said, I want all non-black people to help black people, the first thing goes, why? Why should you? Right? When I say I want to focus on self, why? Why don't you actually help? It's psychology, it's all mad, right? So I'm saying the best thing I can do is focus on black people. Yeah? I'm not, like, if I had my way, I would ask all the black collective to not use religion and not use race at all, because it's a distraction. The guy has finished speaking. We're not talking about injustice in the courts, we're not talking about work economics, we're talking about how we feel about race and how we feel about religion. But he says, I'm here to talk to the black man, but yet there's heckles from non-black people and they walk away feeling away going, I feel a way about that.
And I get that.
See the psychology? That's
However, would you agree that it's not necessarily productive if I go away today, because I could from today, to think that, okay, black people are going to don't care what I say, but they also think I'm the devil.
I don't know.
They also think I'm the devil.
The majority.
He's asked you that 3 times now.
No, but it's not.
Do you actually believe that?
I don't entertain such questions.
Why not? Why are you evading it? Because now the more you've been evasive, the more I believe you might have that belief.
Okay, here's what it is, right? I come here with a set agenda, right?
Yeah.
So when you talk about devil, you're talking about deities, yeah? That's a religious question, right? So that means I didn't have to answer the question, do I accept the reality of a devil and accept the reality of deity? That's a deep question, and that's going to distract me from other black people, right?
All right, but there's no black people here now. Simply, do you believe white people are devils? Simple question.
I can't
forget all
answer.
the extra stuff.
I don't believe in the existence of devils.
White people are devils.
I somewhat see myself as somewhat intellectual, right? Humbly, right? I somewhat see it, right? So what I'm doing is I'm setting myself up for a stupid conversation. Because now someone can record this and they go, I thought Raven says he doesn't know if there is such thing as God and non-God, but yet he just says that he knows that the white man ate the devil, so he doesn't know. So I'm saying, so I don't entertain the question, innit?
Because his nature speaks corner.
I'm a cherry picker against what? Against what? So here's what it is.
Could you answer about, if I ask you, is the black man the devil? Could you say no to that?
I can't answer that. I mean,
he would naturally do that. Obviously, if he believed white people are devil, he would answer like that to avoid it.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't want to go into that conversation altogether.
and you see,
Okay.
okay, I'm happy. You see what's happening, right? He's now telling you why I've done something. So someone has created a false narrative that's not part of my paradigm, and someone has got a conclusion of why I answer questions a certain way. But I am historically consistent on answering things this way in the past. You know what I'm saying? Since I've come here.